Hello everyone, welcome back to Sunrise Farm. I'm Jim. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today is going to be part 3 of our Hügelkultur setup mound for the first row that we're going to have in our pumpkin patch. Again, in this particular plot, I'm going to be doing 3 more rows, but I'm just kind of focusing this video on setting it up. You'll get the idea and you'll see the end result when I do the others. But it's hard to tell right now on the camera. I've tried as many angles as I could between the sun and the shade. But if you saw the last video, you probably thought to yourself, well, he doesn't have that dirt row straight. How's he going to get it straight? How's he going to get it straight back over the ditch he dug for his Hügelkultur? Well, the simplicity of that is I left my corner stakes up that I had originally measured from. I have reestablished the 8 foot from each post, and I've put a string line. Now that string line might not be as evident. It's a pink string line. It's the same one that I used to spray paint the line so I could go by. So I've got this string line. And yes, I'm clearly out of, I'm cattywampus on my ditch. I was just trying to shove the dirt over the ditch. Yesterday is when I filmed part 2 of this. Today being, what is today? Today's Monday, July 31st. So yesterday when I filmed part 2 of this, I knew that within a couple hours after me trying to push the dirt over the mound, I wanted to make sure it was going to storm. And I wanted to make sure I didn't have a ditch full of water, which is why I was trying to kind of push cover it as quickly as I could. I knew I couldn't finish it up, both time and some other obligations. So at any rate, today we're going to go ahead and finish it up. I'm going to use the tractor to straighten it up a little bit now that I have my string line in place. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of rake it up a little bit and level it off. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and plant. It should be 9 plants on a 4 foot spacing for these pumpkins. I might tighten them up to 3 foot, just depends. A lot of my plants are looking very bad. They've gone way too long, and even in the upsized 1 gallon pots I've done, I'm praying that when I put them in the actual ground with some amendments, which you'll see, that they'll end up taking off and still producing. But Lord only knows on that, right? I'll do what I can, and it's in God's hands after that. But so yeah, so let me just go ahead and straighten out this ditch. We'll go ahead and in this video we'll get the 9 or so plants planted, and we'll see what happens from there. This whole thing is brand new. We're just trying something out to see how we like it. Now the pumpkins, so this particular row, you probably won't see it in this video, but in this particular row, I will put drip tape down. So I will have actual irrigation at the root or the base of the pumpkin vine. And I'll do that for the whole plot. Now, when I do the extended one out into the field that I told you about in the previous video, that one I am not going to irrigate at all, and we're going to see what happens, but that's a little ways down the road for that experiment. Right now I'm trying to get some of these plants in the ground. I've probably mentioned it before, but just like the storm last night, I mean, it absolutely dumped for a couple hours into the evening. And like I said, today is July 31st, and I can actually say beyond a shadow of a doubt, for well over a month, way back into June, when I couldn't get these plots ready in the first place, so way back into probably the last 2 weeks of June, so about 6 weeks now, I can honestly say we have not had 3 consecutive days without some form of rain. Sometimes it's light for a couple hours, sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's longer. Doesn't matter. We constantly are having rain, which is kind of unusual for us. I mean, we do have rain, don't get me wrong, but this amount of rain, this frequent and often, very unusual for our season. So anyway, it's making me do a whole bunch of things different. Even now, you probably can't see it very well with the shadows and between the shadows and light, but even on that side of the ditch, where I was using the tractor to put in most of the leaf mulch and scrape the dirt and put the logs in and stuff, there's water. There's water and slush. And so it's going to make a little bit of this aggravating and difficult, but I want to try to get this wrapped up and get some plants in the ground, both for my benefit and for yours. So anyway, let me get to it with the tractor a little bit, and then we'll have to do some hand work. You can't really do farming without some kind of hand work, right? I mean, it's farming's work. Wow, I'm thankful that this part of my garden has shade cover till about 11 or 12, depending on exactly where you are over here. As you might can see in the shot, or if I widen out to the shot, probably now in this 40-foot row, the first 25 feet are covered in shade. The last 10, 15 feet are not. And well, that's, whew, man, that sun beating on you when it's 92 degrees today in the morning, right about now, and give or take about 85, 90% humidity. It'll kind of suck the wind out of you and drain the energy. All right, so here we go. I calculated 9 per row. That's what we got. In the first row, we got 9 pumpkins. Whoo-wee. All I'm going to say again is it is hot. That's H-O-T, exclamation point, exclamation point. Hot. Not to mention slippery in this mud. Another good reason to put these on a mound. Don't have to worry about that mud nonsense. Anyway, you can kind of see pretty much how light green they are. So I'm hoping in a couple of days that they will take off. The roots will find their new source and dive deep, and they'll start turning luscious green again and growing. But you know, time will tell, right? I just want to thank you all so much for watching this series of videos on Hügelkultur and us setting up first mound to get our pumpkins placed in. Like I said, we got additional mounds to go. I think I've said even previously in this video, I'd have to go back and check, but I know I said it in other videos, that we were going to do 4 mounds. Well, just for quick clarification, I did plant all 36 seeds that came in the package for these Connecticut field pumpkins, but only 29 germinated. And from that 29, I've lost a few, so we got 27 or less, which means 3 mounds. So there'll be 2 additional mounds here, and we'll be doing that here over the next, hopefully, few days. I could show you our local forecast, but in all seriousness, I've talked about the rain ad nauseum. I'm just going to say once again, we have a 10-day outlook forecast, like most places do, I'm sure. For that 10-day outlook, we call for a 20+% chance of rain every day, usually in the afternoons. Now, it's not uncommon for us to get afternoon storms. It's only uncommon for us to get as much as we've had, as many days as we've had. Normally, we'll get a week or 2 of dry spell, and then, you know, it'll start that again with tropical storms out in the East Coast, down towards Florida and on up the coast. But yeah, so hopefully, weather permitting and time permitting, we'll get these other 2 rows in, and we'll see how these pumpkins do. We'll see how what was supposed to be our pumpkin patch goes. I mean, we're still hopeful. We still are trying to do this for the community and for our granddaughters and see what we can do here. But either way, we're going to carry forward, because that's all we can do, right? We can only put one foot in front of the other and keep moving, and just pray that we get a decent outcome, managing expectations along the way. So I'm actually just standing in the remnants of the shade. You can tell that from the backdrop, right? I'm standing in the remnants of the shade where I'd parked my tractor right against my wood line. You see the wood lines right there. And so, yeah, I'm getting ready to put all this up and head in for lunch. And pretty much every day at lunch, yeah, I pretty much have to take a shower every day. That's just the way it is down here, humid-wise. I mean, you probably can't tell it in the video, but I'm absolutely drenched and rolling in sweat. I mean, it's just rolling off my head. You have to deal with your situation at hand. You know, I don't have to deal with snow, so there's that, right? Well, please like this video if you like it. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos and experimentations, trial and errors. And subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button because, yeah, get notified every time we put out a video, which, thank you again for watching this video. Take care. God bless y'all. Have an amazing day in the Lord.